Welcome back to Evanston Boyfriend. This is Saida.
I'm Sensei. How y'all doing this afternoon?
Afternoon, right? Not dark in here.
Right. I want to try something a little bit different today.
All right. Yeah, because, we're talking about a bright, happy spring, summer fragrance. We got Soleil de Capri by Montale. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, guys.
All right, everyone. So, if you're a fragrance lover, you know how it goes. When the seasons come, you start looking for new fragrances for that season. At least I do, right? So spring, summer comes up. I want more light, citrusy fragrances that you can wear. Winter comes, you start looking for the deep, patchouli, vanillic fragrances.
Before we get into that, I definitely wanted to get a special shout out to Taylor Lockett. I don't know if this is a new subscriber or just somebody who just left a comment on one of our videos. It was the Mancera Gold Prestigium. A funny story, quick story. So earlier this week, I was in the gym and actually had Gold Prestigium on. I was kind of doing my sets in the middle of sets, and this girl just comes up and says, "What is that you're wearing?" I've been trying to search for that velvet vanilla-y smell, and it turns out it was you. She happened to stop me and was kind of inquiring about what fragrance I was wearing. So it happened to work out like that. So special shout out to you, Taylor Lockett, and shout out to Go Prestigium.
Absolutely. And no, just complete the story. So she smelled it. Then she also asked him a question. So she
also then asked me, and I thought this was weird. So she's like, "Why do you wear fragrance to the gym?" Now, let me know if you guys have ever had that. If you're a fragrance lover and you just love fragrances, you wear it every day, no matter where you go to. Have you ever been asked that question? Why do you wear fragrance to the grocery store? Why do you wear fragrance just doing everyday mundane things? Let us know in the comment section if you guys have ever run into that.
Right, and what's your thoughts about it? For me, fragrance is a lifestyle, right? So if you're living your life, you want to wear fragrance.
Yeah, that's for sure. I was like, huh?
No matter what you do, most of us spray fragrances on ourselves in the house. If you want to leave out the door, you feel like you're naked or something like that if you don't got your fragrance on. At least that's how I feel. Go ahead and get on to the review here. So we have Soleil de Capri by Montale. And this is a really citrusy, bright fragrance. It's crisp. And so this was a blind buy for me. And what I did was I was kind of looking at different fragrances on I was specifically looking for a Montale fragrance. I wanted something intense but summery, and I already have a Montale fragrance there. I have the intense tier. I have some fragrance, and I also have a Oud Lagoon. So I tend to like Montale when it comes to summer because you get some longevity with the fragrance. And you get an intensity to it, which you kind of need in the heat, but it also can be a scent profile that's lighter for spring and summer. So I definitely knew I wanted Montale. So I was just kind of scanning their, the collection as far as what they have at their fragrance house, and came across this one. Read the reviews, and a lot of people were comparing it to Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue,
which I could definitely see.
But they said it was longer lasting, more intense. I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty darn good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just blind buy that one. You can't go too wrong with it. And let's go ahead and go into the notes here too before we kind of tell you our thoughts on what we think about it.
All right, guys, and as always, if you're here for the first time, if you've been a subscriber, don't forget to leave comments, like, share, subscribe. We're always looking for new subscribers. We always look forward to engaging with you guys. So let me not talk too much. Let's get into that fragrance review.
All right. So notes are citruses. So it just says citruses in general. So I guess we're gonna have to guess what kind of citruses we think we smell. Then it says kumquat. Never tried a kumquat. It's a funny name. It's something I would laugh at as a kid. And then we have grapefruit. So grapefruit is a side of citruses. So I guess grapefruit is not included in the citruses general category. Then we have white flowers, general white flowers. Think about jasmine, tuberose. We'll kind of guess what I think I smell in here. Spices in general, and then musk. I definitely sense grapefruit, but not like that punch in the face grapefruit. Sometimes grapefruit can, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't want to smell like grapefruit.
Right, it could be overwhelming.
Yeah, I really enjoy eating grapefruit. Don't want to smell like it.
definitely getting the floral. I'm definitely getting the nondescript citruses.
Yeah.
And even during the dry, I'm starting to get.
Oh, I guess it could smell lemon could be one of the citruses.
Yeah.
A lemony, not like lemon cleaner.
But I think the spice like in it kind of evens it out some too, so it doesn't smell as like synthetic as that.
It has depth to it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I get a lemoniness, but not like lemony like a cleaner. It's lemony like as if you had to drink a lemon and you have the peel. Mm-hmm. You squeeze the juice and then you smell the peel after you squeezed it. I think that's the kind of lemon you get. Not really the juice as much.
Yeah.
It's not too tart. It's just more like intense, acidic. And then kumquat, I don't know what that is, but I think that might be a sweet note. I get a slight sweetness, but not like anything that have the bees chasing you.
Kind of like sweet sour, kind of like maybe like a sour on the outside, but then kind of sweet on the inside. 'Cause I actually tasted kumquat before.
Really?
I do actually kind of get.
What does the kumquat taste like?
Not quite like a sweetened. So it's like sour at first, but then it sweetens up. I don't know. It's been a while, but I'll definitely get hints of some of the kumquat up in there.
Well, what does it taste like? Like compared to another fruit that is more common, if you can. I'm thinking kumquat might taste like kiwi or something.
Okay, that's a good comparison. Maybe like sour upon the first bite, but then you let it settle in, and then it starts to become sweeter.
Is it more like a kiwi or not really?
To some degree, not quite the same thing, but like I get what you're saying.
Does it smell good, or does it smell like vegetable? Does it smell sweet? Is that like juice in it that's sticky?
It's like kind of juicy.
Is it sticky or watery? Like watermelon juice, or like grape juice, or like is it sticky? It's
not overly sticky. It's kind of like watery a bit. It's not like a super thick juice.
Oh, so that might be like an aquatic kind of element, not in the sense of aquatic, like think of a marine scent. I mean more like the Soleil de Capri. Obviously, Capri. I'm thinking of like a destination to some degree.
Absolutely.
And
warm weather for sure.
So like if it's like a watery fruit, it's kind of like some notes and fragrances they can use like watermelon kind of scent, right? But it's really more so like the wateriness of a fruit versus the actual scent of a watermelon. So yeah, and then spices. You don't get like cinnamon. You don't get winter spices. Maybe you get more like warm weather spice. I mean, well, technically cinnamon could be, there's countries like India and whatnot that use it in the cuisine, but I'm not getting that. I'm not getting like cumin or nothing like that. It's more like a clean, like cardamom, something clean and but not like spicy, like goes into BO.
I don't know, is it just me, but doesn't this bottle kind of look like one of those oxygen tanks too?
Yeah.
It looks like a glossy oxygen tank, but then it's got like this
the diving stuff,
Yeah, like scuba divers or even in the hospitals. But I like even the presentation of the bottle. And as far as dress, what you could wear with this, you could dress this very casual, summer, spring casual. I think the projection, I've been reading a lot that, it's been between like 6 to 8 hours typically. And the sillage, I mean, it's light. It's not going to knock anybody's socks off. It's not going to announce itself like into the room, but it's nice. It's nice, light, and happy. It's aromatic.
It has a longevity too. So I sprayed this in my shirt after a shower, and it was not like intense. It wasn't like punch me in the face where it was like just coming up, but it lasted like on the shirt I sprayed it on for about 2 days afterwards. So I picked it up and I, smelled it, I'll put it in the dirty bag, and I was like, oh, I still smell the fragrance I sprayed, so really good longevity. I think it's gonna really bloom in the summertime.
Like wear it to any sort of events. A lot of people like to go out, rooftop parties, birthday parties, business events. Just any sort of like you could dress it up, casual. A button-up shirt. White pro kids if you're a man, and I think it does lead unisex too. The opening was more so feminine to me, but during dry down, definitely more unisex. Or again, if you want to also wear it at a Thai dinner event, you could do that as well.
Yeah, I think it's definitely, especially in the summertime. Yeah, another thing I want to address too was we actually had someone leave a comment, and I'm happy they kind of brought that up because it's something I didn't really think about. So she was suggesting that, particularly for the sample sniff videos, she was asking if it would be more helpful to mention age ranges, and I just want to address that. So I would say for Chancellor and I, we don't really see ages in fragrances too much, but I would say it's pretty easy. You can make an assumption or pretty much bet that if Chancellor or I like a fragrance, it's suitable for our age range. So our age range, we're in our 30s. So you would think 30s and up, meaning most likely if somebody in their 50s or 60s wants to wear a fragrance, they wouldn't smell like they're juvenile. Like the only time I really sense age in a fragrance is when something smells really bubblegummy and sweet. And I might associate with a younger girl because maybe it was something that I wore at my training wheel fragrance. For example, Aquilina Pink Sugar. You can wear that fragrance no matter how old you are. You can be 80, 100. If you like the scent, go ahead and wear it. But the thing with me is sometimes you could, depending on the person, it kind of, it's like what's the word? I am biased. I'm biased, or I've been tarnished in some kind of way, right? Jaded, because I wore Aquilina Pink Sugar when I was a teenager. So. And there's nothing too, that's not really my sort of fragrance. I don't like anything that's overly sweet. I tend to like white florals. And as I got older and I could actually afford to buy fragrances, I would tend to go with fragrances that had white floral. Maybe some people consider white florals more mature, but I actually like that scent more than I like the bubblegummy, sweet, grape candy kind of smell. So I wore that. I just am one of the people, like I said, I have to wear a fragrance. So I could afford that fragrance. I had it. I would put it on because I just like to smell like something. But as soon as I could afford something better, or in my mind better, I kicked that to the curb. I'm not going to touch that sucker again.
She graduated to other fragrances.
Right. So it's not saying that, oh yeah, that's a kid's fragrance. Please, if you are, no matter what age you are, if you enjoy Aquilina Pink Sugar, it's no insult to you that you enjoy that scent profile. It makes you happy. For me, it was never something I really loved as much. I just could afford it at that time. But it don't matter how much a fragrance costs. I'll go with a cheapie if it's my kind of fragrance. Smells good on me, I'll do it. But that's just an example of why we don't really go with age ranges as much.
Not much different from like how our palates evolve, right? So the same things that may have tasted good to you 5, 10, 15 years ago, if your palate has evolved, you may not think that thing is so savory tasting anymore. Maybe you graduate to other sorts of tastes, other sorts of textures and things like that. Same thing with our noses. So good point, Ida.
Yeah, absolutely. So just address that. So in the future, if it helps you, if you want to think of things in terms of age ranges, Chancellor and I, we are in our 30s, early to mid 30s, and so if you want to kind of say, okay, how old are these people and they're liking this fragrance? Would that suit me? If I don't want to go somewhere smelling crazy or smelling like a kid or anything like that, you can kind of understand what our perception is.
Definitely appreciate your question. But as always, guys, thank you again for spending another evening with us at Heaven Sent Boyfriend. As I stated in the beginning, if you like our comment or you like our content, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. We always look forward to engaging with you guys. And let us know in the comment section, like, what are you guys trying out? Spring is almost among us, and we kind of are always looking to review different things. Saida, she's expanding her smell palette, if you will, and getting outside of her norm, and the same thing with me. So let us know what you guys are wearing.
All right.
So until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye, guys.